Ladies and gentlemen, Pierce Brosnan. Good, good. Aloha. And to present the 2017 Pathfinder Award, Barry Rivers.
Hey, thank you.
So it's my distinct pleasure to present to you the 2017 Maui Film Festival Pathfinder Award in honor of your eclectic choices, your charismatic performances, and the way that your work has expanded the definition of what it means to be human. Thank you for coming. Enjoy.
Aloha and mahalo. Thank you so much. Thank you, one and all. I am deeply honored to be here in your company tonight and to receive this beautiful award. I was here 9 years ago. They've gone by like the speed of a flame, but what can I say? I love this land, and I'm deeply honored to be part of this landscape. My wife, Keely, and I, we have a little homestead out there on the north shore of Kauai. 15 years we've lived here and brought our children up here, so this is just the cherry on the cake to receive this beautiful award. Thank you so much.
I just want to say one quick thing. Pierce is the only person to have ever been honored twice by the Maui Film Festival. The first time was when we gave him the Maverick Award, which is an award we created for speaking truth to power. And we are thrilled that he is here tonight to accept this award, honoring his film work, but also because he's maintained that commitment to environmental activism, and alongside his wife, Keely, and her directing partner, Terry Tico, have made one hell of a movie that's going to show after Kuleana. So stick around, enjoy them all. There's stuff to learn. There's stuff to laugh about. This is one hell of a great night. You picked the right night to come. I'm getting off the stage.
All right. Hey, Barry, can you take this? Yes. Just, otherwise I'll be...
You're the one with the mic.
Rick, my bad, sorry.
There you go.
Thanks a lot.
All right. So where were we? What
Where
were
were
talking
we?
about?
Well, I think the last time we talked was 9 years ago, and welcome back to this festival.
Thank you so much.
It-
It's very hard to kind of look at oneself and see what one has done in life. There was this guy by the pool today, and he said, "Why are they giving you this award?" And I said, "Because I get away with blue murder." You know, I love being an actor, and I'm very, as I've already said, very honored to be here. And to live the life of an actor is pretty tough, but I've managed to stay employed.
Well, we're celebrating a film here tonight that is a film at the beginning of a lot of people's career. Can you remember being at the beginning of your career, why you thought you could do it, and what you wanted to accomplish?
I grew up on movies in Ireland, black and white movies, cowboys and Indians. They held a great fascination and escapism for me. And then when I left Ireland to go to England in 1964, the first movie I saw was Goldfinger. And so my movie experience grew from there. I never wanted to be James Bond, but I just loved the movies. I wanted to be up there on that big screen. And, I found a wonderful drama school, and I found a wonderful arts lab in the Oval House, then the Drama Academy. And so I became an actor. The first film I ever did was The Long Good Friday with Bob Hoskins.
Were there you were singing early in Evelyn. Do you remember that film? And did you ever think that that was your future?
I actually sang in Dante's Peak as well. This is a scene where we row across this lake, and I sing "Row, row, row your boat." So it all started there, then it was Evelyn, and then, of course, Mamma Mia. But no, I didn't think Mamma Mia was going to come into onto the stage for me.
There's going to be another one, right?
We're doing one at the end of the year. We're going to go off and do one. Meryl has said yes, Colin, and everyone else. So be prepared. You're going to hear me sing again, whether you like it or not.
Is there more fear to singing in front of a camera than to facing volcanoes or bad guys?
Oh, good Lord, it's terrifying. Terrifying. I remember the morning that we recorded the songs. You know, the only thing that kind of gave me some comfort was that I looked across and I saw Stellan Skarsgård and Colin Firth looking equally as terrified as me, because we sat there with Benny and Bjorn, and they said, "Okay, guys, let's just crack this out. Let's do it." But so, you know, when you do something like that, you just have to jump into it with open heart and open arms, like any work you do as an actor. And but no, it was criminal how much fun we had on that movie.
Well, it showed on the screen. Everybody, well, not everybody associates you just with James Bond, but of course you can't escape from that being a part of your professional existence. How do you feel about it?
I feel great. I feel, I mean, it was a kick in the pants to do it. It had a certain reality and unreality to it. But it allowed me to go off and create my own production company, Irish Dreamtime, and thank you, and to make movies like The Thomas Crown Affair, The Matador, Evelyn, Love Punch. So, you know, I knew when the curtain went up on playing that role that it was going to fall eventually, and I wanted to come away with something in my back pocket that was meaningful to me. And my late and dear friend Beaumarie St. Clair and I, as I say, created Irish Dreamtime so I could carry on and have something outside of James Bond, because you know once you play that role, you're branded for life with the character.
Do you, when you step into a role like that, or Thomas Crown, are you aware of who played that role before, or do you say, this is mine, I'm going to make it mine?
No, I was very aware of Connery and Roger. They were very much in my DNA as an audience member and as a young actor. So you have to, you have to allow them in and not be too fearful of it. And then you know, it's not that you steal, it's just that you kind of blend what you've heard and what's in your own imagination with what they did. Something like that.
But then in a film like Matador, or actually Mrs. Doubtfire, you're taking potshots at yourself. It's as though this image that you have is something that you are not taking too seriously.
Well, you end up, I mean, I kind of created an image from Remington Steele. And thank you. So I tried to be Cary Grant and Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy is one of my favorite actors, likewise Cary Grant. So I tried to impersonate and do what they did, and that kind of stuck. And then it went into, into the kind of the image of Bond. And so it seemed to be a natural progression. And then you find you've painted yourself into a corner with your own persona and how you perform. And yet I was taught in the academy, and I came out with honors of the drama school that I went to, being able to play many different roles, at least that I thought I could. So it's always constant constructing and destroying of yourself as an actor within a performance, trying to find a character. But a lot of the work I've done, I've played very close to myself.
There's a quality that goes along with the way you look on the screen, which is this supreme confidence. Is that you?
Oh, good God, no. No. It's all an illusion, completely. Life's a comedy. Oh, really? If I could be as smooth as any of those characters up there. I guess I mean, again, I saw the Steve McQueens, I saw the Clint Eastwoods, and a man becomes what he dreams. So I kind of dreamt of being up there on that silver screen, and I wanted it. Even though I was trained as an actor to be on the stage, as a theatrical performer, I always wanted the movies. So I guess, you try to create that, and I guess I did create it. I created an image for myself. And now I'm at a point in my career where something like The Sun, playing Eli McCullough, comes along. I'm getting older, and you have to look for roles that are suitable to your own, years and the flesh that's on your bones, so to speak.
Well, I was going to ask about that, because when you play a hero, there is this heroism that goes along with it. In a project like The Sun, there are a lot of darker shadings. Is that a progression of aging? Is it something that you want to explore other things?
No, it's on the page. It's what Philip Meyer wrote in his book. I'm just following the notes on the page, as it were. But Eli is a brilliant character to play. It's the last thing I expected the last summer to do, but I had a mighty time doing it. And the roles, I have a role coming out next with Jackie Chan called The Foreigner, and that's very character-driven. And, you know, one is a leading man, and then you become a character actor, and you have to kind of plot your way through the life and think ahead. So then I'm going to do a piece, film with Jim Sheridan in Belfast here in August, thanks. And it's a heavy piece about the Maze prison, Cillian Murphy and myself, and it's a pretty brutal piece.
What's the difference for you when you have a gigantic budget action piece versus a character-driven, smaller project? Is it any different for you in terms of your requirements as an actor?
Not really, no. I mean, you do a small budget movie, 5 weeks, 4 weeks. You do a major movie, 6 months time. That's the difference. But the essence of it remains the same. You have a character to play, which you have to study and lend to yourself and try and find a way in the door to make it real and meaningful to you. So the process is still the same. It's just that it's drawn out over, you know, many days and months. It's great being Irish. I love being Irish.
I recognize that voice, Mike.
Yeah. We travel well, the Irish, so far afield.
Seeing Mrs. Doubtfire has a resonance now. Any stories from the set of working with Robin Williams?
I remember getting the job because I needed a job because I had to pay the mortgage, and I remember thinking, what a brilliant job to get. And I was a huge fan of Robin's, and I remember going up to San Francisco. I remember going to the set the first day, and they said, would you like to see Robin? He's in the makeup trailer. And I went in, and Robin was sitting in the makeup trailer in a Hawaiian shirt and cargo pants, his big hairy arms hanging out, and his hairy legs. But he had the head of Mrs. Doubtfire. That was my first introduction to Robin. And he said, "Oh, you look so handsome. Come here, give me a kiss." So Robin was a dear man. He was a kind-hearted fellow and someone on the cheek, no tongue, really. But he was very generous of spirit to us all, and he worked very hard. I mean, it was a very hot summer, and he was in that suit and the makeup. He would get to work at 4 o'clock in the morning and sit in the chair for 3 hours and just watch old movies. And it was very hard to keep a straight face when you were working with him. He had a pretty wicked sense of humor.
Are there other, you know, in that maze, that was just the tip of the iceberg of your career. Does it all blend together for you, or do things jump out? Are you saying this was the great moment, this was the great cast, this was the great film?
Coming to America was great. Coming to America in 1981 and getting Remington Steele was a powerful experience. Getting James Bond was equally so. Doing Thomas Crown Affair and getting away with it was really potent in my heart, you know. And so was Mamma Mia. So as hard as it is to look at oneself, I only see a movie once and I walk away. I don't look at it again. But, you know, there's a progression in the work. There's a maturity. And I think it was Sir Anthony Hopkins who said it takes 20 years to make an actor. So I've gone past the 20-year stage, work in progress.
Well, I was going to say, where to from here?
Keely and the children and I are going to go to Kauai, have summer there, and then I'm going to go to Belfast to work with Jim Sheridan on The Maze, H Block, it's called.
Well, thank you so much for gracing us twice. It's more than an honor. It's just a thrill to have you be part of this whole thing with us.
Thank you, Rick. It's
Mahalo.
home. It's home. Mahalo. Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you. All the best, folks. Have a great night. God bless.